Hi. Are we doing an intro video right away?
I just said it.
I know he did. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to Age of the Forsaken. As you can see, we are at about half-mast tonight. We are running a little short because Selkie is still under the weather. Hopefully, she will be getting better soon. Daniel is really terrible at planning / completely forgot it was Monday. And KJ is being KJ. I don't know. They got other stuffs, I guess, and we fell to the wayside. What was us? But instead of canceling completely, we figured we'll run with what we got and see how long it takes us. So, thank you for joining us for the ride. This intro should be pretty short tonight. Matt, take it, buddy. Do your thing.
Short intro. Matt, Wartorn Knight, Chit McKenzie, Warlock, Dwarf, Ranger.
That's not what I meant. Ken.
Good day, adventures. I'm playing Skip Tracer tonight. Rogue.
Psychopath.
That's just about it. If you haven't tuned in before, you missed a lot.
You have. You should go watch our backlog. We have a playlist on there now. And Patrick is back with a brand new look. Looking ravishing, my dear.
I got my hair cut.
Oh.
Yeah, all of them. Patrick, I'm playing Marion Ravenwolf, the resident sorceress of the group. And you can find me on the internet at Castlevania 86.
Awesome. What do we got going? What do we got going tonight? What do we got going tonight? KJ's not here to do our intro or our recap. That means, Matt, that falls to you, bud.
Matt wasn't here last week, was he?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, that's right. It was me, Matt, and KJ.
Yeah.
I wasn't here.
It was another... No, and Riz was here last time.
Right.
Yeah, he got turned into a fucking dragon, dude.
He did. That is a thing that happened. You're absolutely right. Because he likes to pick up things in wizard offices.
Oh, yeah. That's why we need recaps. That's why we need recaps. It's just not for you, audience. It's for us, too. Because
as the DM, I can assure you this is a thing because I don't know what actually happened.
No, I don't really give a shit about Riz's backstory, what he's been turned into. I don't really give a flying fuck.
But that's his front
why
story.
I didn't write it down.
That's not the backstory. That's the current story.
Oh,
It was a new thing. He fucked around and found out immediately.
It did indeed.
And apparently, what you find out is that your fursona is a scaly pink dragonborn. I mean, it's just
I did write it down.
Do you have any notes?
Riz is a
I
dragon.
usually don't take notes.
Well, I have Riz is a chromatic dragonborn amethyst.
Wrong.
That's not chromatic.
Gem.
It's Metallica. Gem. Sorry.
Gem.
Metallica's playing here.
Metallica? Yes. Oh, we're definitely gonna have to pay somebody something now because we said the M word.
That's fine.
Metallica? No. You getting it all wrong. We can say all kinds of stuff, and ain't nobody gonna say shit about it. But I would like to caveat. This is BS with all these fucking races in D&D. I'm just telling you right fucking now. There's like 30 fucking.
I am so quick. I'm so close to muting you.
It's just fucking it's so stupid.
Okay.
I mean, it's the dumbest thing that's ever happened to D&D.
Great. I love it.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love having 17,000 different fucking sub races of one race. It just makes the game so exciting.
I'm gonna make so many more races just for you, Ken.
The only race.
You know what? And you want to know what's not going to be on there?
It better be snail. Snail is the only race that I approve expanding from the 5 original races.
Funny and ironic about it, of all 3 of us people in this game right now, 2 of us are normal races, and there's 1 person that has the oddball race, and it's the person that's complaining about.
Well, if it ain't the pot kettle black.
All right. Well, you know what? We got a decision to make, guys, because we can play tonight and we can find out if anybody is going to get up to anything. Or we can kill some time with just kind of taking what you do on your channel, Matt. If you guys are looking for other D&D live streams, Matt over here runs a game on Tubi Dice ADV, I think,
Correct.
right? Yeah. He runs his games on Wednesdays. I have been lucky enough to be a guest on his One Shot Wednesdays, where I got yelled at for making the wrong kind of jokes. Thanks, Taylor. But no, that's the thing. But to take a kind of a cue off of what you guys do when you kind of do your what do you call them? Huh?
Talk shows.
Yeah, it's just kind of
we branded ours TBD Talks, but
yeah.
Well, I mean, a good DM would have. Well, they have computers now, so I guess you could do it in a computer. But a good DM would have a binder full of one shots, ready to go at all times.
We already know what kind of a DM I am, and that is thoroughly an okay one. Now, the truth is, I have one shots that we can run. We can just go through RP bullshit, and that's fine. Or we can jump right in, or we can do kind of a talk show thing and just kind of talk about whatever we want to, including you getting your little fucking soapbox to stand on about how there's too many races in D&D, Mr. Ratfolk, which isn't even one of the fucking ones in one of the 17 in the book.
It's a mouseling, and it is D&D Beyond official, sir.
I don't think it is.
Well, I couldn't have chosen it because I used D&D Beyond if it was not in D&D Beyond.
Unless you have homebrew picked, in which case you can.
Well, then it's in D&D Beyond. If you click on
I put there.
Mousekin. Mousekin has been there for a long time. Mousekin has been around for a while.
So what do you guys want to do? You guys feel like rolling dice and doing stuff?
I personally want to figure out what the fuck we're going to do when we finally have 6 people playing. Instead of let's get 6 people together and
that's crazy. That's crazy to think about 6 people playing. I do got a message from Smash. I am getting a message from KJ that they are headed out, so maybe they'll get here in time for us to actually like do some stuff. Which would be good because I got big plans for you guys. I got really big plans just in time for them to take a hiatus for a month. ETA 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes to kill. We can kill 5 minutes, right?
That depends. How much HP does 5 minutes have?
About 37.
I pick the biggest dude in the bar and start fucking punching him
Fuck
in the
you,
kneecaps.
Ken!
Just
Okay.
start punching his fucking kneecaps.
It's
Ken wishes
a
to kill
Furbolg,
Ren.
and he is just amused at the little mouse folk that is going to town on his kneecaps. You know, I really want to see you play, what is it, the little hedgehog race?
Yeah.
Oh.
Again, the 1,000 different races.
Yes,
that they're
I want
doing.
to see you play it, though, and I want him to be named, I'm taking this straight
Sonic?
from one I made for Justin, but I want him to be named Sonic.
No. You know,
And I will give him a pair of boots that will let him run really fast.
No, they have to be flip flops.
The flip flops of speed.
Goodness
I created a new magical item. It's called the Furiously Fast Flip Flops.
Dude, if you actually enter that in homebrew, I will give it to a character. I really
They're
will.
so fucking funny. When you're running, they have a DC that they have to succeed on.
I will give them to Chip.
They have a dexterity they need to succeed on, or the flip flop comes off.
You
lose
have
a flip-flop?
disadvantage on all stealth checks too because of the.
Yes.
Yes,
They have
yes, that's actually
yes, it
a
is.
thing.
They have it has an audible flip flop noise, so when you're making stealth checks, it's at disadvantage. If you dash, you have a high probability that both of them will come off.
Can you use it as a weapon?
Oh, that's great! They could do like 1 point of damage.
Dude,
like,
one no,
25 you could throw a flip flop.
One plus your strength modifier.
Flip flop damage.
Flip flop damage.
But on wet surfaces,
It's
on
psychic
wet
damage because really it's just to your pride.
if you don't move on wet surfaces and somebody tries to shove you or push you or do something, you get advantage on the save because they don't slip around.
Ken, while we're killing the time, guys, Ken really likes all the extra like races and subclasses and items that get added on by everybody else. Including, I'm going to try to find one of his favorites here.
Love it. They're amazing.
Something tells me Ken's going to get turned into one of these.
No. Hey, this is all fodder for the Saturday game. Not a problem.
The hobby steed?
Is it a hobby horse? You got to fucking...
Matt, I have this in our items. I added it in there. Can you read the hobby steed for us, please?
Hang on, I got to bring it up. Excuse me. D&D Beyond, cooperate. There it is. The hobby steed.
The rare one?
While holding this stuffed hobby horse, which weighs about 2 pounds, you can mount or dismount it as if it were a normal steed. While mounted, you can use an action to speak its command word. A ghostly steed then appears beneath you, which is translucent and obviously magical. The steed uses the statistics for a riding horse, although its weight is always 2 pounds. You can ride it for up to 1 hour all at once or in several shorter intervals, each one using a minimum of 1 minute from the duration. The hobby steed regains 30 minutes of riding capability for every 4 hours it isn't in use. The effect ends early if you or the steed take any damage or if you are no longer holding or riding the hobby horse. The toy horse head of every hobby steed is unique in its appearance and typically creates a horse that resembles it. A rare hobby steed creates a Pegasus and uses its statistics instead of a riding horse when you speak its command word.
I'm telling you right now, like That's not new, by the way. That's
I think it is.
somebody did that a long time ago. They enchanted all the common toys from like the 15th century or some shit like that. But anyway, not to beat a dead horse, but
A dead hobby steed.
a hobby steed. Look,
Look,
I accept the Baba Broom. Okay. I fully embrace the Baba Broom. But there are certain things out there that if I see one of my fellow party members making or using, they're going to be ridiculed for weeks on end until I can steal it and fucking sell it under their fucking nose.
there is now a new rule in this campaign: no stealing from party members.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Hey, y'all want to see a magic trick?
Well, wonder what items we're about to use.
Hey, it's a KJ. Now the fun can begin because now we can know what happened last.
Sorry for keeping you guys waiting.
It's okay.
You're
We were just
fine.
talking shit in the meantime.
We've
We were
just
talking
learned
about
Ken's-
the greatest magical item ever.
and the Ken's racists against all races in D&D.
No, I'm
Ken
not.
is
It's
Ken
just
is
not- it's
D&D
just not.
racist.
If we're gonna
And
play
then-
Dungeons and Dragons, let's play Dungeons and Dragons. Let's don't play this freaking 2020 version of fucking let's pretend everything on TV that we absolutely see is going to be turned into something Dungeons and Dragons related. Fuck you and your
No.
fucking bullshit.
No.
Play in Forgotten Realms where the real D&D players fucking play and shut the fuck up about it.
Nope, we're in my world now, bitch. And
No,
I have been
no.
told by the two people to my, what is that, to my left? You guys are to my left, right? I've been
Yes.
told by them, those
There you
two,
go.
in that direction, that I am actually somewhat decent. That I am
You're a
okay.
competent DM.
I am competent. That's a new word. I am competent.
You went from okay to competent.
I've leveled up, bitches. I am now competent. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, but you rolled a fucking 1 on your hit points for Dungeon Master though,
Oh,
and your modifier is -3.
yeah. That's true.
Ken's using his hate skill.
He is. And he rolled
Dude.
high on it. That's how I know he loves me, though. Because he's
No,
like,
I'm
here,
just-
let me take everything that you love about your game and make fun of it.
No, it's
That's
like
how I know.
it's like today. It's like honestly today. I was at the vape shop and there's an individual there that identifies as they them, and they're probably one of the coolest people I've ever met in my life, except for KJ. Besides KJ, in addition to KJ, and they were having problems with their DM, and it was just about they have a paladin, which is lawful good, which is a lawful good paladin, and they wanted to. The next time they leveled up, they wanted to be a bard, and I'm like, well, why? And their DM's telling them that they can't do that because a paladin would never be a bard, and I'm like,
Why
That's
not?
I'm like, well, what? And like you guys know, and especially Brian knows that if it makes sense, let's do it. So I posed the question, well, why are they saying that you're not able to do this? And they said, well, because bards are so stoic. I was like, check this out. I
Bards
just
are what
had
now?
this argument like a few weeks ago online with people and even people that I play with because I struggle with playing a paladin. I said, nowadays, nobody cares about alignment. They really don't.
Did you say that-
Nobody holds true to alignment. Back in the day when I played, there were very specific requirements for a lot of classes that you had to be very specific alignments or you could not play that class. And one of them for a long time was Bard. Bard was only allowed to be lawful good. And it was about 2 years
What about
after that.
Paladin?
Paladin.
There we go.
And a paladin, only about 2 years after that, they came out with anti-paladin, because the anti-paladin was something else in the monster manual, like the monster manual 2. And
For those of you at home, Ken has been playing D&D since the original D&D came out.
Since D&D, then AD&D, and then all the version bullshit.
In other words, Ken is old as shit.
I just like D&D. I don't get it.
But
I
do
don't
you
get
like what we do?
Oh yeah, no. And I've never complained about what you guys do. It's just sometimes it's just, to be honest with you,
He hates it. He hates everything.
I just personally think that some of the races that have been created in the last 4 or 5 years, and then the additions to races, those extra additions to the races, have become so far-fetched in my mind. And
Ken,
I'm a fantasy nerd, and I can believe
your game can Seiza die, and I bring in a Bard Rooster guy. I think Gallus is the race is called Gallus. It is a race of rooster people
From Humblewood.
Yeah, I want to be one.
Yeah, I don't care. I told you guys, except for a gunslinger, I don't really care. If you wanted to be a snail, you could be a snail. You have to understand this, okay? You have to understand this in the way I perceive D&D and where I live.
You are more Forgotten Realms and you are more old school. But he did explain when we started, if you are another race, they do exist, but they are rare, and you will be looked at as like you will be noticed and you will stand out, and that is fair.
Like Tabaxi walking, like you didn't hear about Tabaxi walking through Baldur's Gate until just a few years ago with the video game, right? Baldur's Gate.
No,
nobody saw.
Video game was last year, and Tabaxi aren't in it.
But okay, well,
the D&D movie though,
right? That's what I was going to say. But now you see Tabaxi and Dragonborn in the D&D movie. They are so rare, and I don't disagree with. Okay, let's be a Tabaxi, let's be a Dragonborn. But come on, guys! Like Dragonborn is supposed to be one of 5 colors, and that's it. That's it.
Oh, now it's one of 15.
It's just ridiculous.
All right. Well, speaking of ridiculousness, KJ
that was
is
my
here.
Soapbox for the day.
KJ is here. Welcome, KJ. Maybe KJ. There we go. Would you like to introduce yourself for the night?
Hello, I am KJ. You can find me on mostly TikTok and Instagram at kj.cosplay, where I do all kinds of interesting character cosplay things. Echo has made an appearance twice so far on my page.
They have.
It's true. I am playing Echo Leafrun, who is the blind monk of the party, who is slowly, very slowly warming up to certain members of the party.
Very slowly. I would like to add on a side note, KJ is also a fantastic singer, and they sent me a audio clip.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, I would, and I can say what I want to about you, KJ. So there.
That is the thing that I did send you, though. Technically, I've sent you 2 clips of me singing.
You did, and one of which you were sick as shit.
I was. You can't tell though, because I'm a professional.
Can't. It was great,
folks.
You're professional something.
Sick as a medical
sick
condition.
As in fucking sick.
Not sick as
all right.
No. Like I was dealing with a cold and sinus infection at the time. It was so bad.
Dude, okay, so I sent them the lyrics, and then
there was an AI generation.
Yeah, an AI generated thing that sounded like shit. But it gave them at least a tune. And they were like, well, I'm sick as shit, so you might not get it for a while. And I was literally like, we have over a month. Take your time. No rush. Like, get better.
I think I sent it to you 2 days later.
Yeah, fucking 2 days later, you're like, okay, here you go. And I was like, oh, you're feeling better? No, I still feel like shit. I couldn't breathe, so it's not my best. And it, like, knocked my socks off. And I'm like, what the is that? Anyway. All right. So the important
listen,
part of having
folks,
KJ here, though, ladies and
I
gentlemen,
am the
and
recap.
others, we do have a recap now. So KJ, if you wouldn't mind,
I already know that I didn't take fantastic notes because I had warned you guys of that beforehand. However, I do have some, and I'm going to see how much I remember from the session. We started. Where did we start? We started with Echo suggesting. No, we started with Echo suggesting that they go out to eat instead of trying to find something in the estate. We names Skip suggested somewhere that he could possibly find connections to certain places if he wanted to go explore that avenue. So Echo went and took them to the bit more seedy underside of the city to a place called the Wayward Wanderer, which kind of a dive bar feel, but one of the good ones. They have good food and drinks, very friendly people. It's very much was giving blue collar vibes. And then from there, we switched over to Riz, in which I have one note, which is he's now a hot pink dragonborn, because I was not paying attention to anything else. But he was from what I remember, he was fucking around. He was fucking around with things he shouldn't have and paid the consequences.
And he found out. Because he was in the Magi Consortium,
he fucked around and he found out.
That is as much of a recap as I was able to give, was that Riz fucked around and found out, quote. So,
Riz fucked up.
But he was in the Magi Consortium, which is the Mages Guild, and he went to see the Archmage to ask some questions about some stuff that was going on. And in true Riz fashion, as this guy was looking through a giant tome and had his face covered, looking through the book, getting the answers Riz asked for, Riz saw stuff on shelves and decided to say, yeah, I'm going to fuck with that. So he picked up a tree branch that was actively growing, like as it was detached, and he turned into a flaming pink, bright pink amethyst dragonborn. And he went from being like 108 to being 18.
Yeah, he's like a young dude, and he has his amenities back, though they are different than they used to be.
Amenities? Did you just say amenities?
Listen, I'm not just gonna say it, so that's what you're getting out of that.
It's you just call a penis an amenity?
A whole new dog. It's a whole new cloaca.
That's like the third time.
He got
his third cane.
A new member. His third cane. Anyways, Riz eventually I don't remember how this ended up happening. Sheesh. I don't remember how this ended up happening, but Riz eventually found his way back to the party, in which nobody fucking recognized him except Echo, who found a slight familiarity in his voice. That was a whole argument that happened, which led to a lot of bickering. He smells like a boys' gym locker room. It's not great.
B.O. and X.
B.O. and X. There was a lot of talking and stuff that was happening, and Echo just wanted a calm night with a nice dinner and a pleasant evening, and it was gone as soon as Riz got there. But Echo refused to leave that tavern until they'd finished their meal to the amount that they wanted to. Skip had ended up ordering like 16 courses or something that we had to take back home. That was a thing. But eventually we all made it back to the estate, where we eventually found our own rooms. And Echo had a dream that was not bad at all, because they never are.
Not at all.
Not at all. But there was this deep voice, kind of 2-in-1 combo, that said, "Fear not, for I am the first and the last, for I am the living one, for I have died but live forevermore. I hold the keys to death and beyond." And the dream kind of shifted to an area that Echo, through their study and their knowledge, was able to surmise is kind of where one waits for judgment, kind of this purgatory state with these double doors, 2 sets of them. The left one, not very interesting, nothing was happening, but the right one, there was very loud banging on the other side. It was rattling on its hinges. And Echo got close enough, within 20 feet-ish, to be able to see to the other side of the door. There were 13 bodies of creatures or some kind of being on the other side. It was immensely hot. The door was charred and black, kind of gothic skull energy. It was bad. There was this veil that faded. Oh, there's so much more that I skipped. The doors ended up opening, flying open. And on the other side were 12 demonic-looking figures and one that looked more in charge. They all looked similar, as if something was tying them together. The gray of the veil that was there faded, and the figure that had talked to me at the very beginning was no longer floating. He looked in pain and just tired. But the demon who looked in charge, stood kind of in front, and it was a whole thing. They were chasing at me. I don't know. It was weird. It was a fever dream for me. I'm gonna be so real with you. But at some point, Echo was standing about 1.5 feet of blood, and the demon in charge threw a bag at my feet and sat on what seemed to be a throne. Inside the bag was some kind of round objects, and there was squelching noises, which was unnerving, and I kind of had an idea what was in the bag. But Echo eventually, after bits of tense conversation, opened the bag and found it to be the heads of important people in Echo's life, starting with Six and Echo's brother, Chip, Estrella, Skip, all of the party members, but it slowly went to gods and other deities. The figure in the throne shot out and picked me up. Not anywhere in particular, because his hand was big enough to just grab my entire body. He started to laugh and squeeze on my body, but it didn't hurt. But Echo heard Six and their brother screaming in the back of their head. Then everything went black, and I woke up alone in my bed.
Yeah, see, you took fine notes, because that was basically everything that happened.
It's because like half of the session was just that fucking nightmare of a dream.
That's true. All right.
Or us bickering.
That's also valid. So, where we are going to pick up in our story tonight is actually away from the manor. And it is across town, on the south side of town, just within the walls of the city proper. So not the suburbs as much as in the main city. There is a large black stone temple. Who is echoing? Okay. A large black stone temple. Is it me? Fuck me. That sucks.
Check to see if your other. Every time you've come on Mondays, I think your camera mic is always on.
Shouldn't be.
Am I
say
echoing?
every time?
Am I echoing?
No.
It says echo cancellation is on for me.
Right, but if you have two microphones still on, it doesn't make a shit difference what you have selected.
I know it's not me because this is muted.
Everybody else is muted and I am still echoing. Am I still echoing? No, now I'm not. So there we go. I fixed it. I'm a fucking genius.
You're
Anyway.
competent.
I am competent. Thanks, KJ. All right. How about now? Can you guys still hear me? Does that make it any better? I'm going to choose this thing because it makes it better. I'm going to try that too. Okay. So, a large Blackstone temple is where we're at. And Miss Marion,
Yes.
you are making your way up into the temple.
Okay. I slowly push open the door.
And the door does open pretty effortlessly despite the immense size of the door.
What time of day is it?
It's evening.
So I kind of peek my head in. Or is there anybody in this? I would assume it's more like a typical chapel type layout, or
Yeah. So you do see some people sitting in the pews, pretty much in seats that are there in various states of prayer. In one of the benches, you do see a guy that looks like he's homeless that's just kind of sleeping there, but people just seem to be ignoring him, not making much of a deal of it.
okay. Anybody appear to be, I guess, not importance, but in any kind of like special garb, or
You do see the um, priests and priestesses, the general monks, not like monk fighter monk, but just the general monks that are up towards the front, where you do see a large statue of Lysandra standing there with her arms kind of like to the middle, and she's kind of holding the orb that you are used to seeing her with.
I guess I'll walk up to the actual base of this statue
Okay.
and just kind of look it up and down, and I'll be like, all right, I'm here. It's time to find some answers. And I just kind of, one of the priest or priestesses near me, or
Yeah, you notice as you step up to kind of the base of the statue, you notice that a priest that's wearing these black and purple kind of ornate robes, with a deep hood that's drawn up, so you just kind of see the mouth portion, and that's about it.
excuse me, I don't know how to address you, father, priest, brother.
Brother will do just fine.
Sorry, it's my first time here. I I guess to just not beat around the bush, I have some questions about her, if you don't mind.
Well, then you have come to the right place, for I am the one that has answers.
Okay, hopefully. Um, I don't know why I'm drawn here, but
Well, let's start with the first thing. What is your name, child?
Marion.
Marion. It is well to meet you. I am Brother Siren. And he kind of just extends his hand.
I'll extend my hand out. So it wasn't till probably several months ago I've just been uniquely drawn to Lysandra, but uh, I I don't know why. The only thing I can think of is I came across this and I pull out the book. I was hoping you could maybe provide answers.
And he kind of just holds his, he like looks hesitant for a second, but then kind of holds his hand out. May I?
Yes, please.
And he takes it and You see kind of a shiver run down his spine where he's all of a sudden standing up just a little bit straighter, and he opens it, and you see just him thumbing through the blank black pages. And he just kind of chuckles and puts his hands on it and just kind of closes it and hands it back to you.
The chuckles weren't very reassuring, unless there's a joke I just don't get.
Tell me, child, what do you know of Lysandra?
Not much. Just kind of bits and pieces I've put together along my journeys. A lot of what I know, I guess you would say, comes from visions, dreams. Does she do that sort of thing?
Lysandra is the seeing mother. She is the goddess of scholars, but she is also the goddess of fortune tellers and seers alike. She grants people the ability to see beyond the veil of time when she permits, and books such as this are meant to reveal to you in time the things that you are meant to see, things that have not yet come to be, things that are on their way. It appears that you have been chosen by her, which is most unusual for not one that is already within her ranks.
When you mean not common, like
Never. But who are we to deny the seeing mother's choices?
now, seeing how this has never happened, then you probably don't know the answer. You said she grants people the ability to see things that haven't happened. But what if she's given me other abilities that I've never had before?
If she has awakened up the magic within you, within your blood, then the truth is that you did have these powers before. They were just dormant. Sometimes when you are around the beings of considerable power, then these things can wake up. Sometimes it is just meant to happen when it happens.
What do you mean, beings of other power?
Well, there are
Yeah, magic's never really ran in my family that I know of. If I don't know.
some, well, magic comes in many forms. You know this. Some people they learn magic through books and such. Some make deals. Others, it's just in their blood. Sometimes it skips a generation or two, but it is there.
Now, like I said, most of my knowledge has come from visions or dreams, but does Lysandra make herself known in these visions or dreams? Because it seems like I've had lots of them and they're very disjointed, and I don't know if it's her or something else. Because some of the traveling companions I've had have had weird visions or dreams, and they don't sound a lot like mine.
How so?
One recurring vision, I don't know if this is of any use. There's a snowy citadel, and I don't know much about it, but that seems to be a recurring thing in them. Is Lysandra known for any other main place of worship, a special monument or anything that would be a snowy citadel in a northern land, or am I just going crazy?
Well, you might be going crazy. This is not for me to determine. But to the best of my knowledge, nothing with Lysandra involves any snowy citadel, as you say. It is possible that your answers that you seek, she may be trying to lead you down a specific path.
Does any snowy citadels pop anything in your head?
I cannot say that it does, but I can tell you that I can have the monks and myself, we can look into this for you and see if this rings any metaphorical bells.
That would be greatly appreciated. Another vision or something that's popped in there. It was more of a. There's been two shadowy individuals. One was kind of a hooded, grinning individual, and then there was a shadowy, dark tiefling woman with glowing blue eyes. I don't know if they know anything of them, or do you, or
The hooded, grinning individual. Can you describe him to me?
the only thing I really remember was his face was hooded to about mid mouth, and it was just a grinning individual, and there was kind of a goatee.
Were his robes lined with gold, like gold embroidery?
Yes.
My friend, you are absolutely being given visions, because this is Oraculon, who is known for being intimately connected with our goddess.
Good or
Together,
bad?
he is neither. He is Oraculon is simply the truth. However, we are shown this truth. This can vary greatly, but between Lysander and Oraculon, I would, as they say, buckle up, because you are in for a ride.
Well, if you say that, it seems like I've already been buckled up on a wild ride as is.
Oh, honey, you have no idea.
You have no idea what I've been through, but apparently it's going to get a whole lot more fun.
Has she taken you to any other dimensions yet? To any other planes? To
No, not that I know of.
Well, you might want to be ready. I will warn you, you and your compatriots, once you start traveling to other planes, it is a jarring experience, but a memorable one.
Wow. Does the tiefling bring any ideas on your part?
The tiefling you speak of is a mystery to me, but if I was you, I would record it in this book. For sometimes Lysandra speaks through us through these books, you see. We write down the visions that we have, and sometimes she changes the words. She morphs the words. She gives you the answers that you seek when you are ready to have them.
Okay. I thank you for the answers you were able to provide me.
I am sorry that I cannot give you more. Generally, we interpret her words once they are already written, and you just have not gotten any written in your book yet. So once this changes, if you are sticking around town, come back anytime, and we can pontificate on what is given to you.
I will do that. Brother Saren, right?
Sarah, yes.
I guess I'll just kind of sit in here for a while and ponder things before I head back to my traveling partners.
Here, child, kneel before me, and I shall give you the blessings of Lysandra.
I'm hesitant for a bit, but I do take a knee.
And he places his hands on your head. Do you speak Undercommon?
I do not believe so.
Okay. In that case, you do not recognize any of the words that are said. But upon getting this prayer said on you, you feel overtly perceptive. And you will have advantage on perception checks for the next 8 hours or until you go down for a long rest.
Okay.
Whichever comes first.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
I will say that you stay there and you pray for a while longer. Significantly longer than you intend. As you sit there and you look at the various artwork of Lysandra that is there, read the various texts that are out that speak of her. And when you go back outside, because you went in there and the sun was setting and it was definitely...
Is there a collection plate or anything, Brother Saren?
Ah, yes. It's the collections can be given right here. Any motions to a bowl that is at the base of the statue.
Okay. I will put... where is it? I will deposit 100 gold pieces in there.
Oh, shit.
And under my breath, I'll just say, this is from, like, murmur it to myself. Lysandra, this is Cassandra. And I'll just drop it in there. And then I'll mosey on towards
All right. So, as you walk out, you realize that it is a brand new day. Like the sun is rising, and that 8-hour clock starts the second your foot leaves the temple.
Okay.
So, do you just make your way back to the keep then? Or
yeah.
to the manor?
Yes.
Oh, all right. So, you get back to the manor just in time for everybody to be waking up. You guys try to wake Riz up. Because unlike normal, when Riz is one of the first ones up, out of the room where Riz is staying in the kind of wizard's laboratory, you hear kind of a loud snoring, and you try to wake him up, and he is fucking not having it. Like, he is thoroughly in teenage boyness, where you get the feeling that he will not be up for quite a while. And it's best to just let him deal with his new body. 6 is still MIA. Do you guys go and try to check on her at all?
I think Echo would send a note to where Echo assumes 6 would be,
Okay.
but won't push anything. Just touching base to see what's going on.
All right.
I will say when I walk in and they're trying to wake this dragon born up, I'll be like, so 6 is taking a new form?
No, this is Riz, believe it or not.
What did he do? Or what did you all do
From
to
what
him?
he told us, No, this was all his fault.
Oh,
From what we got told... From what Riz told us, when he went to go look into the consortium, he was talking with the Archmage and messed with something he shouldn't have, and these are the consequences for it.
Look, I'm not very skilled in anything of magical nature, but if I don't know what it is, I'm not going to pick it up.
Well, it appears that is where you and our dear wizard friend differ.
And at this point, since I have advantage on perception now, I will look at Skip and notice his headband. When did you get that?
I got it a while back. You guys were digging through stuff, and then I had got a few things, I guess. Are you hungry? I've got a shitload of fucking meat. I made a meat nest upstairs. If you want to come eat some free meat, I got pork, pulled pork. I got deep fried pork. I got pork on skewers. I got some pork that was like different parts of the pork animal, like the porcine animal, and then they like smash it all together, and it's really good with rice. And since we're by the dock, we can get some seaweed and wrap it in seaweed. It's really good.
You know, I was immediately turned off when you referred to it as a meat nest.
But it's really fucking cool.
On that note, Skip, what the fuck are you doing making a meat nest in my guest room? We had a kitchen.
Well, I thought it would be a lot easier.
So it's a nest, so you slept in the meat?
Well, not necessarily. I kind of like opened up all the containers that came in and kind of spread them around. Not all of them, just some of them.
Bugs or wild animals, Skip?
What?
The meat. It's going to attract wild animals or bugs or who knows?
No.
Oh fuck! Where's Hemi?
What?
No.
Fuck do you want?
We can because Chip probably, like, he owns this manor, so he's probably part of like the homeowners association here, and they got like people that come by each week, the Gorkin, and then they spray for pests.
The Gorkin man.
Yes, it's the Gorkin man, and then they spray for pests. But no, it was only out for a few hours.
Gorgon man.
I thought that you were going to just say the half-organ man.
Well, that would be better, but my even though I have superior intelligence, my wit has still is taking a minute to speed up. But that's canon now, and we will use that
The
forever.
Gorkin man.
I'm going to write that down. The Orkin man.
Nope, it's the Gorkin man. That is what is canon. The Gorkin man is now a thing.
Is there a competing business that's the half-organ man?
Yeah.
You guys, what the fuck did I miss?
And then,
The Gorkin Man.
The Gorkin
Ran
Man
for bugs.
for bugs.
but no, I put it back in the containers. I put. It was nice because, like, in the middle of the night, I was in my little space, and then I was, oh, I'm so hungry right now, and then I roll over, and there was a rib, and then I was like, oh, I've got to scratch my nuts, and then there was some roast beef. It was kind of fun.
There. Oh my god. There's a lot going on right here.
Dargon, throw out all of the meat.
No, I put some downstairs. There's a bunch. I bought 150 gold pieces worth of fucking food. We're not gonna throw it.
Why?
Yes, but you rubbed your nuts all over.
That
it,
happened.
Why? You know how much fucking food
Like
this is?
16 cows.
We got 16 courses, you guys.
It's like 6 cows.
16 courses for 5 people.
For 5 people. I didn't realize I ordered that much. Well, they were trying to have an extravagant meal, and and then that fucking guy Riz, he decided.
AJ's face is the typical
Wait, doesn't Riz?
barren face of I have nobody to blame. I did this. This is my fault. Like
Literally, as all of this is happening, it's like that.
that is a perfect time for them to freeze up.
Vogue.
Vogue.
But what? Hey guys, maybe we should meet in the room with the books and have a powwow. That's not offensive, is it?
No,
Okay.
because it's not a real word to them.
We'll have a meeting.
It is.
Oh
Have
boy.
a meeting.
Just shut
A
up.
meeting? A meat nest meeting?
Well, I've got a rib in my hand, so
MEATING meeting?
because with all these people like sleeping in all the time and like they go out and do things on their own,
We have a lot of narcoleptics in this.
these fucking people are a mess. I cast narcolepsy.
That's
Look,
not really
I
a good
left
thing
a
to do around Hemi.
I
Maybe
will
that-
fuck with you.
Maybe that's a part of what happens in this mansion, in your manor. It's haunted by narcoleptic beings, or they cast narcolepsy.
Wait.
No, I
I'm
kind of
missing
saw what.
something. What do you mean? This place is haunted?
Not
Oh,
me
right,
looking to
it's
make an
haunted.
actual spell called narcolepsy or anything.
There's a first level spell, sleep. It's
Nope,
already there.
it's gonna be different. It's going to last for 8 hours, and you're gonna have to make random wisdom saves or fall asleep. It's gonna be a thing.
Right in the middle of battle. Hey, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, but hey, you just fell asleep in the middle of combat. 6 gnolls get fucking free boots and hits at you.
As you're jumping over a pit, that's when it hits.
I can make the.
This is gonna be great. You guys give me the best ideas.
So I may have missed something. This place is haunted.
Well, it's not the way I took it, and I'm sure that Chip can best explain it. But the way I took it is that there was something kind of spooky and it was scary. But then Chip's guy said, "Don't worry about it, bro. I got this." And then said, "Okay." And then everybody in here was like, "Oh, my bones feel so cold. I feel so cold in my bones. And now I'm branded for life. And I was protected. And now we're protected from something."
I don't think anybody said that.
I did. I saw it in my night dreams.
In my night
Night dreams.
Right. So long story short, yes, there's a demon in the basement, but it's gay. All right. Anyway, moving on with the meeting.
That doesn't seem like something you brush over.
Hold on. As you say, there's a demon in the basement, but it's okay. Echo just kind of leans forward from where they're sitting. Out of curiosity, what did this
Nope.
demon look like?
First of all, no curiosity. That's how I got into this position in the first place. Secondly, His Majesty Lord DM, what exactly did the demon look like?
I sent you a picture of him.
Did you?
Yes. Telling you
said-
that he wanted to eat your heart while you were still alive.
Yeah, there was like a saying that people used to say back in the day to best represent what Chip is saying. Is they used to say, like something about don't be curious like a cat or something like that. I know what it is. Curiosity killed the tabaxi. That's what it was.
That's a thing.
That's the thing.
I know.
I remember growing up reading.
Did you find
about
the
a
picture of him?
curious chimpanzee.
I have the picture of it, but like Echo was acting in character.
Yeah, I read that book too. It's Curious Jorge.
Curious
that guy.
Jorge. And he,
Yeah, that guy.
the man with the yellow helmet.
Yeah,
Okay.
Curious Jorge.
So
Back.
to answer the question, hang on, I need a little bit of a closer look here. Mhm.
I need my reading glasses.
Mhm. Okay, all right. So, the demonic entity in question, if it even was that, real
Oh, it was.
creepy, large, creature. Definitely tall, definitely lanky. Sort of, kind of hunched over with a weird pelt for a cape kind of deal.
Which one are you
Two.
looking at?
The one that you put in the fucking chat where you said the
No,
whole
not
thing.
that one.
Well, then fucking.
Fucking
Why you said
further
so many-
up.
The other
What do you
demon guy.
mean?
The other demon. You have a bunch, but the other
Why
demon,
do I have so many
red skin
demons?
demon guy.
Chip's
back
got
to-
some issues.
I
Go
don't
back
send
to
you
red
that
skin.
many pictures, do I?
May 20. No, go back to May 20th. It's in May. It's on May 20th.
Hold, please.
I mean, that is a demon that lives in your house. You're not mistaken. But that's
I
not
am
the one
actually-
that is you in your
I'm
stream.
looking
Other demon
at
that
the
lives in
one.
the house.
I didn't get sent the demon until the 22nd. So
Just send me the
We know what we are doing here.
We didn't even play
No,
on
no.
Did we?
This
no,
is
we
all
didn't.
part of
But
me
we didn't
being
have
a
the AI rendering
competent
of the
DM.
demon until the 22nd.
Oh, okay.
Which was in the fucking chat thingy-majiggy. The publicly one. Which is where I was describing fucking...
I'm fucking
Krampus
sending it
here.
to you right now.
If
That
you send
guy.
me this same one...
It's not the same one.
Oh, that one. Where the fuck was that one posted?
That one is. I literally went to your and I's chat, went to media, and he was right there.
Seems like witchcraft to me. But anyway.
The truth is out there.
Sorcery.
Dude,
All right,
you
fine.
gotta do
Retcon.
Oh wait, that was the other demon. Wait, hold on.
Wait, no, I had the wrong channel on. Anyway, that was one from one of the plays that Skip saw. One about the giving season and the gift giver's evil cousin, Karmpus or something like that. Anyway, this guy though, that's in the basement. Tall, muscle-bound motherfucker, weird red cape with some very tasteful demonic hell iron shoulder pads with way too many rubies in them. Lots of fuck all spines all over his face, long pointy ears, big old ram-like horns, and some weird ass fucking crown or crest thing in the middle of his forehead.
I think that's about every demon there possibly ever was.
As
Well, you
as you're
fucking asked the
describing
question. I'm
this,
just answering.
as Chip is describing this, everyone who's looking at Echo will watch this progression of curiosity to concern.
I match that concern. I put my
Also, as a little bit, just something that's coming to me as I'm remembering how this man looks. He has no nipples.
Oh, that demon! I know that one.
Why? Why?
The
It's
nippiness.
not wrong.
The armor
It's
is
not wrong.
missing in those spots. There's no nipples.
There's
It's
no
the-
He's a
nipples.
demon. What the fuck does he need nipples for?
What the fuck do
Everything
you need nipples for?
That
Everything.
is
I don't know.
So he can get them pierced.
Yeah.
valid.
Dude
Here's-
looks like he
What am
has
I
everything
supposed
else
to throw
pierced.
down.
Anyway,
Anywho.
as Echo's face goes from curiosity to concern, they're quiet for a while, but we'll just let out a heavy sigh. And this has been a reappearing entity since the basement?
Sort of, kind of, sort of saw him on the way back in. Not like him, but like a shadow that was sort of in the shape, I guess you could say. Been hearing a few things. It's pretty darn unnerving.
I'm going to take a moment to be very honest with all of you. I've still been trying to figure this out for myself because I don't know what to do with this information. But there have been a handful of nights. We all find ourselves in different moments of sleep that I keep getting premonitions, visions, if you will, images, interactions with deities, entities, whatever you'd call them. And the demon you just described, we had quite the conversation last night.
Kind to be a little more elaborate. Like, was it hobbies or his job or
Mm.
the fate of the world, anything like that?
Why he lives in the basement.
Well, for one,
Is this his mom's house
The
and he
dreams-
lives in the basement to avoid rent? Is that what the whole story is?
unfortunately not. It'd be much simpler if it were.
Mm.
This dream started out with a different figure. I didn't really see details of his face. I'm not sure. But he had these big, elegant, feathery black wings. He floated above the ground, had these horns wreathed in a halo of sorts. And he spoke as in two voices at once. And simply said, "Fear not, for I am the first and the last, for I am the living one. For I have died, but live forevermore. I hold the keys to death and beyond." In which, quickly following, I saw the demon you described, along with 12 other figures that I could take the time to describe to you, but I don't think it'd be of much use now. But the demon you described threw a bag at my feet, and inside were the heads of people who have become important in my life or the journey therein. Each of you, my brother and my sister-in-law, and some deities as well. He said, well, at one point I asked what his name was, what I might call him. And he said I would find out, but it would be when I'm begging for death. That I am somehow the deciding factor between things that have yet to happen.
Right. That's interesting because, like, well, we've talked about how I've had conversations with even Hammy himself has sort of alluded to certain facts, and Yeah, why is it our little ragtag group of people in a cuddle bottle that are apparently going to decide the fate of the world?
You guys
No,
are
no.
scaring. You guys are scaring the living shit out of me. So I'm gonna go poop. I'm gonna be right back. And I grab all of my stuff, stuff it in my backpack, and run out the door.
All right, so you take your stuff and you go to leave.
I go to the outhouse.
So, back door or front door? Which one are you going now?
Back door.
Oh, Skip goes to the back door.
Just like Chip's mom.
Hey-oh!
Hey, first roll of the night.
All right,
Oh
so
my God, stop it.
as you are making your way out to the outhouse, as you round the corner, because you kind of catch a glimpse of the front, you do notice a very short figure that is dressed similarly to Echo, maybe with a little more
Oh.
decoration, but he is making his way up the laneway.
Hold the fuck up.
I gotta poop.
Is that what you tell him?
You heard it here, folks. Ken playing Skip Tracer, the first Dungeons and Dragons player ever to poop.
I have to. I had.
Okay,
Did you
Ken.
see how much meat? I ate like
Ken,
$70.
You ate a whole bunch of meat.
It's coming out.
Roll me a Constitution check.
I got the bubblies. I don't have to roll it. I got
Just
the
roll
bubblies.
it, Ken.
He's
It's
got
coming.
bubble guts.
I don't have time to roll anything. It's coming down my leg. It's
Fucking
literally
roll your
coming down
con
my
save.
leg.
But before you do,
I don't have
Ken.
time to roll anything.
Ken,
Coming down my leg.
Ken,
Yes, sir.
before you do, I would like you to show our lovely audience and the people here
Oh,
what lovely present you got, because he got something in the mail this
Show
week.
and
Yeah,
tell.
Or last week.
Show and tell. Show and tell.
He got his Tuesday.
So with a note that said basically, it doesn't mean that I get to have this race, but
I'd like to add on top of that, out of all him bitching about all the races, he still wants me to make a snail race.
That's a species, not a race.
Whatever.
yeah, I honestly, if it
He
was
didn't say
just
anything
like
about
if
species.
it was just like somebody's companion, like, and they just carried me around all day, that would be hella cool. That's all I do, just hang out. So, in honor of, let me see if the other one is a little easier to see. Let me see.
I
In
found
honor
the
of the
D6
snail race, I have. Let's see this. Hold on. I gotta put my glasses on. I got a hella cool dice holder
Yeah.
made by our daddy DM. And come up, please.
Come on. There it is.
that's real.
See him in there? His little eyes above the one.
I
It's
did
a
get
little
him
tiny
snail dice.
snail.
That's
There's little-
amazing.
There's little tiny snails in each of these dice. They're hella fucking cool. I wish that this camera.
All right,
was-
so take that D20 and roll me
I already did.
Constitution
That's a
saving
D12.
throw.
I did. I rolled a 19 plus 2 is 21.
Okay,
I got my-
21.
I got my finger in my bum,
Oh.
and I am running. running
No,
to
that
the
was
house.
more. You got there, and you unload, and you take 1 point of fire damage
Nice.
from
I
the
got-
Bernie butthole.
I got
It
the fucking
bypasses
meat
fire resistance.
the super bubblies.
bypasses fire resistance and immunity, just in case you were wondering.
Damn it.
Yep.
You always feel the burn.
Always feel the burn.
Oh, and I just say to myself, this is I gotta tell the rest of the guys when I get back up there. But this is scientific proof that your butt has taste buds.
What the fuck?
It was an experiment that I performed with my extremely high intelligence.
We're gonna jump in on this.
Superior
But I
intelligence.
have an important question. The butthole has taste buds, but does it have nipples?
We don't know
What
if it has
the
nipples.
fuck
Nobody
are we
asked.
doing?
I have 6
Ken.
nipples. I have 6 nipples.
Ken, as you are sitting there taking a fiery shit,
Somebody knock on the door. Occupado.
give me a perception check with advantage.
Occupado. Perception.
Yeah.
He's gonna start saying the demon as he's shitting.
Oh yes.
That would be so fucking awesome. But no. Change of plans.
Oh. 14. That was
14?
that one that I got a 1, but it was on a 19 and it said 01.
That's okay. As you're sitting here taking a shit, you feel like something is watching you.
Corn.
And you start looking around, and sitting there on the door on the inside
It's a snail.
is a snail.
I pick him up.
And you now have a snail companion that I'm sure won't turn out to be anything.
Whoop, whoop.
I hear you guys are
That's
really,
the only
really
changes
tasty with
races.
butter. These guys are tasty with butter and garlic and salt. Ooh, pour salt on him.
Skip, do you
Oh,
look
that's
at
not
the snail and immediately just go, "Oh, you're adorable. I want to be you."
I want to morph in. I want to learn magic, dark magic, to morph into you.
Yeah.
I will sell my soul. I will name you Gary.
We'll work on
Nope,
that.
can't be Gary. Pick another one.
Anywho, so what's happening with the rest of the conversation as Skip has just left to go to the commode?
Chip just shrugs because it looks like Skip just fucked off because he grabbed all of his stuff and then left.
Well,
Why did
True.
he take all his stuff to go take a shit? That's
To
pretty
be fair, with this party, you always need to be ready to go.
either you're
That is true.
asleep, or we argue at dinner. Those are the 2 things we do best.
or leave somebody behind.
Yeah.
Valid.
Yeah.
But anyway, is there more conversation happening on the inside
Yes.
about... Okay, go into that.
So after Skip kind of leaves, Echo will stand up and start kind of pacing around the room slowly, and is trying to recall back to some of the other dreams that they've had, and recalls, and we'll just be talking out loud as they're remembering things,
Okay.
and recalls the dream about the thick forest that had one predominant tree in the middle that had been glowing purple, that had filled Echo with a feeling of content and comfort, but the purple shifted to red, from like a deep red to a very violent red, and then it jumped to the forest being on fire and the ground split towards the tree with the chasm. And when I turned back, there was the very large, imposing demonic figure that grabbed me and started into my eyes before I woke up. And then remembering back to, where is it? Walking on a wave of stars, being bathed in moonlight, with forms dancing around, and the shadows starting to move and flow, and that elven, shadowy, feminine figure had emerged and spoke the words to me, saying, "You must guide them down the path. You'll see the road." And remembering how idiotic it sounded, considering, the fact that Echo doesn't have sight. That's not a thing. And then remembers back to, I'm having to scroll through my notes at such a fast pace. Where is it? Come on. Was it really like way back at the beginning?
Which
It
one?
was. This is from session 0. No, this is session 1. Echo had a dream in a childlike nature which wasn't normal and floating among the stars. The stars had rearranged into a road, and there was a giddy nature about Echo, almost to the point of dancing. And the road transitioned into a perpetual night, the full moon kind of a night, kind of a thing. City was bathed in blue moonlight, elf-like figures enjoying revelry, but they weren't normal elves. And there was someone looking at me, and Echo will sit and describe the figure as wearing dark black robes with gold accents and a mustache that had smirked at Echo, just kind of floating in and out of space. And the fact that Echo in the moment had noticed that his robes and his person were something of the god. He was divine in nature, but there was a complete lack of sound that came from him before he faded and they woke up. And then pulling out the book that Echo had, a journal that Echo had written down the prophecies from the hidden room in, showing it to the party for the first time with the 6 different prophecies that Echo had seen, just kind of laying all this information out for them to figure out what they wanted to do with.
None of the party can read Braille, but that's okay. I'm just kidding. You wouldn't know how to write in Braille anyway.
It wouldn't be in Braille. It would be very sloppy handwriting because Echo obviously can't see.
I'm sorry, just the visual of Echo
legible.
tapping everything into Braille and then showing the party see what I wrote, and having all of them just be like, cool.
Good penmanship.
But anyway, so no, it
That's
is written out, and as you are showing them, and all of you read about this figure in this hooded figure in gold. All of you have had some kind of a dream or vision that involved this individual, including Skip. Nope, you did, because you had the dream where you were amongst the clouds and all that kind of stuff, and he was there.
In hearing the description, I wish to. Well, never mind. It wouldn't make sense because they wouldn't be able to see it. So
I draw a picture.
I was gonna use minor illusion to emulate, but then I'm like, oh wait, they can't even fucking see it, so it'd be perfect.
That would be so just on brand. Like this. Oh,
wait, no, I'm gonna do it. Using the description that they did, I will minor illusion what I believe is Rakulon, and be like, is this the figure? Oh wait, never mind.
Well, no, I think it's fully like as you're doing it, it's like, is this the, and you pause and like you look over at Echo and Echo's just
staring in the wrong direction.
Staring kind of in your direction because Echo can hear where your voice is coming from, but just off to the left more than it should be, with just a deadpan face as if they're listening, like, yeah, finish the statement.
Anybody else besides Echo?
Oh, that chick fucked up.
Is this the?
Is she making fun of the blind one? Because that's fucking funny.
Where's Hammy?
On your shoulder. Admit it. It's
All right, listen here, you little shit.
Yes.
I was cleaning my daughter's room and I went, oh my god.
Yes. That is a win. That is an inspiration. How many do you have? You can have up to
hold on.
3 in my game.
I only have one.
I don't have
currently.
any,
There
y'all.
you go.
I'm
Have
failing.
another one. So does Marion finish the statement as like how red is Marion right now?
The hood is up. Damn.
And that Echo would see if they weren't frozen right now.
The face says it all. That's the face Echo makes.
Take a screenshot of that shit. I'll do it. I'll do it. Get it. Boom. Immortalized. So,
That
KJ,
face,
I got a
that
great
face
picture
was
when you were frozen. That was such a flattering picture.
What just happened?
Nothing.
What pose did I get? Send it to me.
You
I-
froze.
Send
like,
it to me.
Expression that Echo would make is somebody's trying to explain to like, hey, look at this.
There you go.
Thank you. Good save.
It was a good pitch. Such a flattering pose.
Oh boy. This
Was that
is
a-
my curse.
Was that person going to the front door?
Yes.
So whenever I'm done, I'm going to sneak around the corner and see if they're still standing there.
They are making their way up the laneway. They seem to be moving very slowly.
I bet
You hear a click, shuffle, 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 click, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. So, dude, this guy's moving like Yoda walks. And I mean Yoda like the original Yoda, not episode 1, 2, and 3 Yoda.
Hold the fuck up.
not Attack of the Clones. Yoda
Yeah,
flipping your-
not badass flipping through the air Yoda. You can use me as a backpack as you run Yoda. Anywho. So yeah, they're still on their way up.
Finn that
Oh.
but it seems like the person you described, I believe, is Araculon, the god of truth.
I'm familiar. Vaguely.
For accuracy, the god of prophecy.
Prophecy.
Mhm.
And
remember
he is,
reading
like I said, known
a
to be
little bit
intimately
on that one.
connected to Lysandra.
And the description of the elven woman, would that be the one of Lysandra?
I think I gave her another one.
Okay.
Didn't I? Did I tell you who it was? Or no?
I didn't get a name, but I did get an image.
I'd have to look at the name. We'll touch base on that later.
Okay.
But upon that, though, Skip, do you come back in and tell them that anybody is on their way up?
No, I'm at the corner of the house.
Just
Watching.
keeping an eye on them? Okay.
Because I don't know if they're coming in. Are they already inside the gate?
Well,
You said
you
they're
do. Did you guys hire anybody to watch the gate?
No.
You're
No.
good.
No, last session we
Bro.
never got to do any of that.
Bro, I've had this house for 24 hours.
It's fucking haunted.
Remember, we were going to get 6 mastiffs, 2 cows, 5 pigs, 12 chickens, a draft horse, and a wagon.
You know what,
And
Ken?
And then we were
Look
going
up
to
Cows
hire.
are the guards.
Because
Yeah,
I
they were-
trust you,
We were going to hire
Get-
somebody.
get the gold cost of those animals and then tell me what that is, and I will assume that you have procured them.
Just let me know
Lot to
how much that costs.
Procure in
Yeah.
24 hours.
But I will make this canon. Dorgan does kind of come up like, "Hey, buddies, hate to be a bother, but because like I know you're having a little closed door meeting and everything, but I think somebody's at the gate. Do you want me to let them in?"
Chip's
Who is
silent
it?
for a moment, kind of looking around. With Echo's question.
What was that? KJ?
Who is it?
I don't know. I just saw him walking up to the gate. I didn't say anything. Could be like a salesman or something, or could be like one of those
Do you have a description?
Bahamut witnesses. He's kind of like a little guy wearing some grayish robes and walking with the stick. He seems kind of old. Like I don't know.
Does this ring any bells for Echo?
You have never met this individual, but you did get told that somebody might be seeking you out.
It's true. I think Echo has that like half a thought as he's talking. I'll go meet him out front, I guess. I think I might know who it might be.
Okay. I'll go open the gate and let him, kind of show him to the front door there.
Thank you,
And
Morgan.
Dargan kind of just walks off, kind of humming to himself. So nice to have friends. I love my new house.
Does Dargan know this house is haunted?
He does not.
Echo will head. Echo will kind of look around at everyone, just kind of heads turning to acknowledge everyone in the room. I think I might know who it is, but it might be best if I speak with him alone first, if you would allow me that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So eventually, Dargan does show in a very small gnomish individual who's sitting there, like short even for a gnome because he is hunched. He is extremely old. He has a long white kind of beard that's kind of just wiry and scraggly, and extremely deep wrinkles. Like he has lived a life. And he kind of finally gets up to the door and just kind of like, making me walk the entire way. These kids nowadays don't know how to respect your elders.
I apologize, sir. There was matters I was discussing before I was able to make it down.
Your
And we'll give
generation
kind of
has excuses.
Echo will give a small curt bow after finishing saying that.
You were supposed to come and see me, child. I was not supposed to come and find you.
My apologies. There's been a lot we've had to sort out before I was planning on making my way to see you. It was planned, I promise.
That's what they all say. I have a job for you. I have a thing that you must do. I need you to do it. This is not official Vale business. This is personal matter. And he kind of like sits on a chair, and you notice like as he sits, because you have your blind sight, he is like fully in the chair. Like his feet do not even reach the end of the seat. Like he is just tiny. And he kind of sits there with his little cane and just like puts it right under his chin and just kind of like rests on it.
There, a friend of mine is being accused of murder. The problem is there's no bodies. There's no sign of foul play, but there are witnesses that heard things. My friend Lord Alden Stovyabi, which is ULDON STOVYABI. He's currently being held in the prisons. Well, in the holding cells by the prisons. But his wife has gone missing, and so was his old business partner. Alden is not the type to murder. I know he didn't do this. But I am too old to find the proof myself, so I need somebody with your... And he kind of looks at your eyes and... skills. The fuck they send me a blind monk for?
Well, I didn't used to be, but despite the fact that I do not have physical sight, trust me when I say I can see you just fine.
Yeah, that fills me with confidence. My best friend will definitely, totally be okay. Great. I'm gonna hang him in no time. Anyway, so are you gonna be going in alone, or do you got anybody with you?
I do have some companions that I can converse with to see if they would like to join me on this endeavor. But I will have to have a conversation with them first.
All right, well, here's the address. Here's everything that we know. And you can tell your compatriots the pay will be a grand total of 1,500 gold if you find the proof that Alden didn't do this within 48 hours so that he doesn't get strung up.
Got it.
Is this all happening outside?
No, I go.
No, just inside the door, kind of sat him down to have this conversation.
Yeah.
If I'm the only one who is up to this task, I will still promise you I will do my best to find evidence of his innocence. Trust in my skills from the Vale.
Oh, sure. I say I need somebody, and they send me a blind chick dem thing. I don't know. Sorry.
It's alright.
Look, I'm 987 years old, okay? Pronouns are new to me.
I understand, so I hold no resentment towards you for it. I understand the circumstances. And as much as you don't quite believe my abilities given the fact that I do not have my sight, I will prove you wrong in this regard. I am more than just my ailment.
I really want to believe you, but you are really blind.
I will prove it to you, sir.
Okay. And he kind of like slides you a little packet, a dossier, if you would, as you guys typically give. And he's like, "Can you see that I am sliding it across the table?"
I can both
yelling
hear
way
it
too
and
loud as
sense
if he thinks you're hard of
vibrations.
hearing as well.
And Echo just says, I can both hear it and sense the vibrations. I'm well aware, sir. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a conversation to have with my compatriots.
Okay, I'll be at the temple when you have your proof, so hopefully I'll be seeing you. Otherwise, I'll see you at the town
All right.
square when they're stringing my best friend up. No pressure, though.
He will not be hung, sir.
Chip's mom might know, but anyway.
Echo will give a deep, respectful bow to him before picking up the packet and heading back up.
And
I will be back.
oh, you're telling him to wait here?
No, like I'm telling you guys, I have something I gotta go do. I will be
Got it.
back.
Okay, so as Echo does this, the guy says, "I'm bowing back." And then you see him leave. And now, what conversation? Here's all the important quest information. And then they say, we got to go. You know what? Why don't we take 5 minutes and come back and do that? If that seems fair.
Yeah, I'm not the only person who doesn't know what 5 minutes is.
Yeah.
It's Wisconsin time.
It's Wisconsin time. Sorry. My dogs are arguing about who's going to come down to bed with me. And the old lady won. Do we have Echo back yet? No.
They're on Idaho in time.
Yes. So if he came back out the front door, as soon as they went in the house,
Yep.
I would have went to the front door.
Okay.
And then if they opened the front door and let the person out, I would be standing right there.
Okay. So he just kind of excuses himself and tries to go around you.
Oh, I'm not obstructing his way. I'm just looking at him,
He just kind of nods to you. Sir?
studying him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to leave because I'm gonna lock the door.
Okay.
All right.
And he just kind of shuffles off and like he is moving outrageously slow.
Is he moving at a snail's pace?
Just a little bit faster.
I set down Gary. Gary, get him! Attack!
Meow. Meow.
Gary like barely moves.
He's still in the shell. Like he hasn't come out yet.
Yep. The shell
it's
just kind of like rolls over.
He's in safe.
Meow.
Little eye stalks barely come out. Gary. I pick Gary back up and just kind of mosey on to the gate, and then like about 4 or 5 steps from the gate, from him getting to the gate, I'll like hurry around him, like hold the gate open.
Thank you, young sir.
And I'll put my hand out.
Okay.
Where I'm from, it's polite to give a gesture of goodwill and faith to the people that help you. Are you impoverished?
Well, I'm a monk, so here's what I'll do for you. I don't have any money, but on your deathbed, you will achieve total enlightenment.
With my intelligence being so superior, sir, I have already figured that out, and that I wish you good day, and here's a silver piece for your wisdom.
And as he catches it, he just kind of like shuffles up to you. If he reaches out to touch you, do you pull away?
I'm pulling out.
That's not the same thing. Do you pull away or do you let him?
Sure, why not? What's the worst thing that could happen? Death? I mean,
Well, at least you'll get enlightenment.
So he just kind of takes his thumb and puts it right on your third eye.
Oh,
and says some stuff.
My chakra?
Yep. And you do feel, for just the briefest of moments, that all your chakras are lined up, and you get a glimpse of these floating islands high amongst the clouds.
I don't want that. I don't want visions. They scare me.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just opening up your inner eye. What you see is within you.
Okay. Thank you very much. What was your name?
I told you total enlightenment.
What was your name?
I am Guardian Bidrick.
Bedridden what?
Bidrick, you dick.
You bet. Guardian bedridden.
Bidrick. Whisper step.
Guardian bedridden, whisper step. Hey, like I can hear you coming up the driveway. You're making the clickety clack with your if you go to the Gnome Depot, if you go over and there's a section where the it's kind of next to where all the nails are at and things. They're gonna have these rubber things, and that you could put them on the end of your cane, and then it'll give you traction, but then they won't make the clinkety clank.
Okay.
Well, whisper what?
Whisper step.
Stop! Stop!
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Have a good day.
You know what? He moves outstandingly quick. Thumb back on the third eye, and he's like, "Do you know what happens if I twist my thumb?" This, and he twists his thumb, and you do poo yourself.
I clinch. I take my reaction and clinch. I have a clinch reaction.
Make a con save.
Uncanny dodge.
Disadvantage.
I'll take it with disadvantage. Constitution with disadvantage.
Uncanny dodge.
Oh!
What is it?
4.
4? Yeah, you totally you clinch up just in time to feel just the total release as your body relaxes completely and just.
All right. Well, sometimes the turtle has to leave the shell.
Have fun with that. And it's whisper step.
Step.
Dick.
Step.
Like, be careful not to step in your own shit.
Oh, I just leave it there. Gotta shake it out of my pant leg and leave it there.
Wonderful interaction.
Have a good day. That was definitely pepperoni.
Awesome. Okay, so then do you go back? What do you do now?
Now that KJ's back, I'm gonna go back in there and kind of shake my leg before I get to the front door.
Bunch of rat pellets just,
and then kind of go in and like stick my head around the corner. Okay, guys, let's go do something. This house is scaring me.
Actually,
smell like shit now.
Well, that I did that because that's because Echo can more easily identify me and find me in a dark and scary situation. That's tactical.
That's not how that works.
That's the brain moving at 100,000 miles an hour.
Is that because of your superior intellect?
You're getting it, Marion. Most definitely.
Well, Skip, I hate to break it to you, but even with your superior intellect, you failed to note that that is not how I identify each of you.
I'm so happy right now.
But anyways, on the note of you wanting something to do, the man that you greeted as he was leaving is one of the guardians of the Veil of Vigilance, the organization I'm part of, and he has requested aid on an off-the-books mission.
Oh, Guardian Bedridden. That was his name.
That's not his name.
I swear. I
His
wrote
Majesty Lord DM.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but just in case, since it's the first time that Echo has named the affiliation that they have.
It is the first time since they've given the title.
Does it ring any bells?
The Vigilance of the Veil is not exactly a secret organization. They're not super out
like in everybody's business, but they're known.
No, it's like we exist and people know that we exist, but we're not an organization that broadcasts our skills everywhere. If you know us, it's because you need our help.
You know, I'll put it to you this way. It's like the Pinkerton Detective Agency, which is a real thing, not just in RDR2. They're there, and they exist, but not everybody knows it. So if you need them, you know about them.
I'm getting all fuzzy. I'm getting a message. Hold on. Echo, are you kind of like the Shadow Swords?
Does that ring a bell? Does Echo know?
I don't know them.
You bring up and
you fucking wrote it.
Did I? Is that?
Was this a play you saw?
No.
This is one of the.
I'm so over this. I'm changing.
The God in the sky wrote things that he doesn't remember. No, that would be one of the other orders in the syndicate, right?
No.
Then what did I write?
Our dogs are here. No.
How many mastiffs did you guys get?
6.
6? You guys do see 6
did we get
large dogs that are bigger than Skip, just kind of walking up to the manor right now.
See, that's what happens when you leave meat out. Wild animals just show up.
These have collars.
The priests of my god's temple are known as Shadow Swords.
Yeah, got it.
They're kind of like stealthy.
In that case, yes, you would have that. It would ring a bell that these monks of a goddess that you might not be fully familiar with, but it at least rings a bell that you would be able to say, kind of.
You say the name, and it takes a second for Echo to remember that tidbit of information. And they seem to consider it for a moment. I mean, similar in certain values, but we're quite a separate organization.
Well, no, I mean it's kind of maybe well known or not well known. I mean most gods, and then they have the priests, and then they have like the temples, and then they usually have like some kind of like a holy sect or religious.
I can tell you this,
battle master guys.
I can tell you this. Unlike certain monk organizations, we do not prescribe to a particular deity. Different members have different beliefs. That's not how ours is run or centralized in. Whereas most monks who work in a temple, we work in. I mean, some of them you could consider more libraries, the architects of these buildings of information. So less religious in nature, more knowledge.
No, I again, because of my vast intelligence, I can completely understand everything you're saying. Everything. 100%. They're like badass librarians.
Sure. Yeah. We'll go with that.
Maybe tomorrow I'll tell you I saw a play about librarians, but I'll tell you tomorrow. It's not worth your fucking time right now.
Actually, I don't know if we're remembering the same play. Mine was a series of plays, but it was rather good.
I really want to hear about the mission.
All right.
I want to hear about
it's partial me clinching and my real voice, just so you know.
The mission is less of something coming from the Visions of the Veil itself, but more of a personal matter. There is a friend of the Guardians who is being accused of murder. There are no bodies or signs of foul play, but there were witnesses who heard things, and will set down the bundle
Pulling
that
out is bullshit.
they were given. Anyway, will set down all of the information that they were given because they can't read most of it, and we'll just say everything here is the information they know and any leads they might have. The man in question is Lord Udalin. I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name. Olden.
It's not hard.
I'm not
Blind.
Listen.
It's two
I'm tongue-tied
syllables.
today.
I'm blind. I can't
Sure,
pronounce
but I'm
names,
tongue-tied
okay?
today.
It's
You
two
did-
syllables.
He's currently being held. His wife has gone missing along with his business partner. The Guardian has said that he is not the kind of man to kill an individual. He needs evidence of his innocence. The reward, the price, we will be given if successful evidence is found and returned within the next, was it 15 hours? Did I get that right?
48.
48 hours. Is 1,500 gold.
How long have they been gone?
The dossier would indicate that they believe that the murder happened last night at a
a murder with no bodies.
Well, I was just gonna, Marion, thank you, because I was gonna bring that up because
With your
In the
superior intellect?
intellect, in
Intellect?
the kingdom of Scarfane, where I'm from, in Scarfane, like, I'll be really honest with you, it's like one of those corpus delicti things, like no body, no crime, bitch. That's just the way it is.
Well, I'm not sure
almost like
exactly
you'll have to
how a
go
lot
there
of
to
those
find
things. I'm not super familiar with all of the intricacies of this city. I've only been here briefly a couple of times, but there's a gold reward for it.
Well, why don't we just say we found them and they took off on a ship? We'll just make a ship name up that came here yesterday, and they were star-crossed lovers, and they left together.
Unfortunately, we need hard evidence for this.
Well, one of them's got hard evidence, but bum.
Tip's mom?
I'm not saying that
Tammy
any of
says
you.
to you?
I'm not saying that any of you have to help in this, but I figured I would bring it up to the group in case you did.
I definitely want to help you, Echo, because your investigation abilities far superior to mine. Not my intellect, but the investigation stuff. And I really want to learn some more investigation stuff because I'm not a very good investigator.
Ken, I'm going to give you an additional inspiration for being so fucking committed to this intellect thing. It is really making me happy.
The bit is
I have super
here to stay.
It is here to stay, and it's wonderful.
I'm so fun. And the funny thing is, guys, is that Riz really wants that thing from me. I know that he does because he's a wizard.
Actually, I think
Probably wants
Echo's going to sort through all of the information and evidence and things that they have on this case and start going through what they can to
all right. So
figure out what information we have.
Are you guys joining an Echo in this?
Sure.
I do. I want to go, but I'm gonna go in the kitchen while they're doing that, and I'm gonna make us a meat plate.
Oh, you'll just shit all over the place again.
I would like some cheese if you have it, if you're bringing some meat up.
Well, once again, maybe you forgot 7 sessions ago when I made very clear I do not touch cheese. I don't like cheese. And I think that's one of those things that you should know because even though I'm a rat, I don't like cheese.
It was less of asking you in particular, but more of maybe you could ask Dargan.
Dargan just kind of pokes his head in.
Did somebody say they want a cheese?
No, go.
I did not get
Go. You gotta
I
go
got
take
Swiss
your animals.
cheese. I've got Osatonia cheese. I have mozzarella
have-
cheese.
Do you have any Parmesan or Swiss?
I just said that I had Swiss cheese. But if
Stinky.
you want some Parmesan, I got like a whole brick of it. I could like grade some down if you wanted to, or like whatever you want.
Maybe some cubes.
Okay,
Cubed Parmesan.
Parmesan. That
Cubed
sounds so
Parmesan.
terrible.
That's the driest. Like,
Like, are you looking for cottonmouth? Like,
No, listen. Echo's not gonna eat it by itself. It's not
here,
how
I
this
heard
is
that if
gonna
you
work.
I'll
eat
whip up
this
some
along with a
pasta.
spoonful of cinnamon, that you can't whistle.
I
I'll whip
support
up
this
some-
because my daughter every now and then will demand a snack of a bowl of Parmesan cheese and a spoon.
Are you saying just Parmesan cheese?
Yes.
Like out of the container? Shake it out.
In a bowl. Into a bowl. With a spoon.
that's okay. I put
For
I put,
one,
Parmesan,
that smells like ass.
I put Parmesan cheese on my
Smells great.
SpaghettiOs.
Me too.
Parmesan cheese is a wonderful thing. My wife hates it because she makes what she calls grandma's spaghetti, and it is her legitimate Italian grandma's recipe for spaghetti. And she yells at me every time because I put Parmesan cheese on it. And apparently, in Italian, that's like a no-no.
I'm gonna make some.
Ask her if
I will
Romano would
say-
be better.
I will say my cousins are Italian, but like my uncle has a thing on being very culinarily curate with Italian food. He will never say anything about adding Parmesan in a dish that doesn't have it because he does it.
But I do make her angry too when I go to make spaghetti because every time I do something that makes her cringe, and that's that I take the noodles before I put them in
No,
water.
no,
She says, why? And I said, because now they're more manageable.
you're not my friend.
Anyway,
You're not my friend anymore.
I am no longer your friend. Anywho, Dargan goes and he does come back with cubed Parmesan and like a whole carafe of water.
And a
And
minute.
like you might need that. Anywho. So what you guys learn from the dossier is that Lord Alden Stoviabi is a prominent businessman who owns several businesses, including the Lone Tree Distillery, which makes a wonderful whiskey, Crescent Lake Meadery, which makes mead. He does operate the East Range Mining Company, which is an iron mine that is doing really well. He owns Words on the Street bookstore. And he owns the Ginger Retreat, which is a tea and coffee house. And the story as it's written is that he was hosting the Governor's Ball, which is a ball that is held every 4 years, 10 days before the gubernatorial elections to figure out who's going to be running the city for the next 4 years. And somebody had overheard Lady Reniza, not Renzana. Reniza, which is Ranizha. Frantically screaming, "How could you do this to him? I loved him. Why would you do this?" And the servant in question went to get the constable that was downstairs, came back, and Lord Alden was in there, and his wife and his old business partner, whose name I definitely have written down, Ebru Biztusk,
Bizutsk. Yeah, that's what I wrote. Bizutsk. Were both missing. So they presumed murder and that magic was involved, and they took him in. And seeing as how they cannot find evidence to the contrary, they are taking the word of the witness as is.
Where did this take place?
At
What happens to
Stovyabi
innocent
Manor.
until proven guilty?
Yeah, they take the witness testimony as enough, and the only reason why he hasn't hung yet is as a personal personal favor to
Parmesan.
Guardian Bederick.
Not to go off track, but the next time we need something in this fucking town, all we have, 4 of us or 5 of us have to do, the ones that are awake at least need to do, is just go, we are witnesses to that guy doing something. And then they'll just kill him for us.
Totally.
I don't think that's exactly how that would go down, but sure.
We need to restore law and order to this place.
Well, given all of the evidence here and what we know, and more frankly, what we don't know, the best place to start is at the scene of the crime.
All right. So you guys head to Stovyabi Manor. Is that what I'm gathering?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I mean, Echo will talk. If it's along the way, we'll briefly stop at whatever place of law there is to talk to anybody about, like, the fact that, hey, I'm investigating this under the permission or request of this guardian from this organization. I won't take up too much time. I won't contaminate any evidence that there may or may not be, but I'm here to look into it.
Okay. So you stop
Just so
by
that goes through all the right channels.
So you do stop by the prison ward then, and you do you see the yeah, I'm here. The constable that is a human man that he's very barrel chested, short. You almost mistake him for a dwarf, but he isn't. But he is human. He has a very prominent walrus mustache, like just big and bushy and all that. And like he's a little on in age, but he just kind of sits there and just. What, I don't know what you're investigating. We got what we needed, and he is clearly up to some arcane tomfoolery and has killed his wife. What is? But far be it for me if the Guardian wishes you to look into it. And just don't go making any messes.
It's a mixture of a personal favor and wishing to have some sense of full justice, whether it be proving him guilty or innocent. Nothing more.
Very well. Your names have been recorded, so again, don't make any messes. And he's kind of like looking at Skip.
Don't be fucking fucking me, motherfucker. Chill the fuck
You
out.
smell like shite.
And have you not lived in this town for like a really long time? Step outside. It smells like poop out there. I'm just blending into my fucking environment.
I'd like to say that I don't think most of this society smells like shit, but
You defecate in a fucking bucket and you wipe your bum with a stick.
all right. as you guys are walking, you guys do pass kind of the town square where you do see some general shops in there. Is there anything that you guys want to go shopping for or anything like that? Any? Or are you guys just making a beeline for the manor and calling it a day?
Echo's on a mission.
All right.
I got 48 hours. I have a time limit. Echo.
Skip, you do see out of the corner of your eye on the lower corner of one of the stalls, you do see a little symbol that indicates a fence is operating there.
Got it. It's like a triangle upside down with another triangle.
Yep.
With a line. Are we walking by? Do I see an actual person?
Yeah. You see a pair of guys. You see one guy that's kind of more slim and kind of sitting there wearing a kind of a black trench coat type thing, and he's kind of sitting there. Get your jewelry here. Got jewelry. We got rings. We got brooches. We got bangles. We've got circlets. We've got cloaks. Anything you need to dress yourself up a bit, come right over. And right next to him is a big minotaur that's just kind of standing there, like arms crossed. And
as I'm walking by in Thieves' Cant, I will say a laugh, a leap, and look at him inquisitively and keep walking.
So he kind of looks at you and he's like, well, I know you jesting types and I don't know the rest of your manner, but you know, I do work for the syndicate itself, so if there's anything you need, I can sell you something at discount prices.
I don't need a discount price for information, and this is all in Thieves' Cant. I don't require a discount price for information. But if you can tell me anything you know about Lord Fussy, what's it? Is in face Echo? What's the guy's name?
What's that last name again?
Lord.
I think Skip is asking KJ or asking Echo something.
I know, but KJ can't help you.
It's 2 syllables.
Listen, I cannot for the life of me. I got his first name. The last name, nothing.
Stuv Yabi.
I have it written down because you spelled it out. But saying it,
Stuv Yabi.
So I tell him that I need all the information you can gather, and I'll pay you a fair price, or get me somebody within the next hour. I need all the information that you have on Lord Stevyavi, in this supposed murder he's committed. I want all information pertaining to any underground activities that he has been dealing in his vast array of whatever he does. Meats and books and teas and shit.
Well, you see, Master Stavyabi, he's kind of a entrepreneur of sorts. He doesn't really master one thing. He just invests in businesses, right? And just kind of grows them and then occasionally sells them. But most of the time he operates them, makes a tiny little profit. He's pretty well ingrained with the political types. A few years ago, him and his former business partner, Lord Ebrew, they had a bit of a falling out. You see, they were tight, they were mates, and then all of a sudden, just like that, they weren't mates no more. Feel me? Now, word on the street is that Ebrew was getting awfully chummy with Olden's wife.
Well, and you know, that crossed my mind. So I hand him 2 gold. Continue on, fine sir.
Well, last I heard that Ebrew was working the Home Tree Distillery, the Lone Tree Distillery, with Olden, and he was skimming off the top. And then, like I said, pure rumor. Nothing's been confirmed. Hebrew and Renisa were getting awfully chummy whenever Olden was up at the old distillery there. So, there was a bit of bad blood between them. But yeah, everything that for a while, Olden and Renisa were having some really big rows that got the attention of the whole neighborhood. But lately, everything's been all right. But last night at the governor's ball, things got a little bit dicey.
I hand him 2 more gold. Continue on with dicey. What does that mean? It could mean a plethora of things, but
you see, word on the street is it's real mixed up. Some people were saying that Olden was going crazy on his wife. Other people were saying that Ibra and Renisa were planning on running away. But then the really weird thing is that some people reported seeing some kind of really white bloke.
I cast bless.
Huh?
I cast bless on you.
Thank you, sir. No, they saw this really white bloke with pure white skin, pure white hair, kind of like your friend over there, but more white, if you can believe it. But again, nothing's been confirmed. I wish I had more for you. And the whole time he's showing you jewelry and all that, and kind of he's showing you his wares.
I'll hand him 2 more gold, so that's a total of 6. I'll palm him 2 more gold. I'll reach up and grab a trinket off there. Let's just say a bracelet. I'll grab a bracelet off there and give him another gold. If you have any more information, I'll need it within 8 hours. I pay very well.
Well, if I get any more, I will be more than happy.
And what was your name?
My name is Eric. A-R-I-K.
My pen died. Okay. A-R...
Eric, my pen died.
No, not Eric, my pen died. Eric the Cleric.
The fan for Eric?
I just totally was reading that. You know where I got that from.
Yeah.
D-A apostrophe C or K-L-E-R-I-K. Eric the Cleric. Nice and easy to remember.
Okay, you can if you find out anything, you can leave information at the Ravanza Manor. There'll be a gentleman there. You can leave information with him. There's also some other people there. I wouldn't knock on the door because they're sleeping, so I wouldn't want you to wake them. But you can still deliver the information there. And then I'll turn to Echo.
Oh, okay. I got this really cool bracelet. Let's go.
And Eric will stop Echo. A ravishing monk like yourself could really use, some accessories of sorts. I just so happen to have this wonderful belt that I would think would look just ravishing on you.
It's a belt of seeing.
No, but
Echo...
you do see him hold out a belt that...
They don't see shit.
No, well, Echo does. But she doesn't see the fine details of it. Yeah. But Skip and Marion and Chip, if he was here, would notice that it is a belt made out of a heavy kind of scaled leather. That if any of you want to make a check on it, like a nature
Sure.
check or something like that.
As he kind of holds it, Echo will kind of step forward and will just run a hand along it to try to see some of the more fine details.
Is it baby basilisk?
It is not a baby basilisk belt. Who gave
So,
me a nature check?
Perception check.
Huh?
Perception check on it.
I said nature, but perception will work just fine.
Okay, because I get advantage on that.
A nature check, you say?
Yeah.
17.
It's 5.
So 5 on a nature check? Yeah, this is just a really nice made leather belt.
I got a 17.
Huh?
I got a 17.
Okay, so with your 17, you notice more that is a it's not just a normal hide belt, that is made from dragon hide. And that it does seem to be made in a motif that would kind of fit Echo's general feel.
He does have a good point. It does kind of remind me of you.
There's a half smile at the comment, and we'll just kind of put their attention towards Eric. Still kind of trying to feel some of the finer details. I'm assuming you wouldn't just comment on its physical appearance. I'm assuming there's something more that this belt might do.
Well, I'll just say that it's one that does well for the monk types. And you could look up a +1 dragon hide belt
Oh,
to see if you want to purchase it.
they're gonna get a pimp my monk belt.
Give me a moment.
Yep.
This person,
Just
Brian,
love my internet.
this person was dressed in all white, is white with silvery white hair.
Yes, the person that was
Okay. That he
recorded.
described. That Eric described? Okay.
Yeah. Did you get it yet?
I'm reading it. Echo will think about it. And how much are you selling it for?
Well, normally I sell these things for about 3,000 gold apiece, but because it matches your stunning figure so well, I'll make a deal with you and let it go for 1,500.
All right. I'll take it. And from Echo's personal pouch, we'll pay the 1,500.
Very well. And if you guys need anything else, feel free to come back. Remember, Eric the Cleric, got all your needs for any accessories.
Echo will take the belt and will secure it on top of they have this sash that sits around their waist, and we'll secure it on top of the sash.
All right. So you guys go. There are some guys fucking everything from meat and food products, just general books. You do see a guy that is selling arcane scrolls. Do see a guy that is selling some weapons and stuff like that. Does any of this interest you guys at all, or do you guys just keep going?
What about magic cloaks?
There was that guy
Echo in
that you were
particular.
just talking to.
It's
Well,
true.
he said accessories.
Echo in
and I don't-
particular is walking.
Okay.
Echo. So remember when I said that like they were like in a love tryst and then the Lord found out and then they escaped? Well, that's kind of actually a little bit true. Because his wife and his business partner have been messing around for a while, and he was skimming some money off the top from the whiskey place, the place that he makes the whiskey from, the Lone Star or something like that. But the most notable thing.
And as you're saying that, you get interrupted by a guy holding this ivory figurine in your face. Yes, welcome to Abu's. I have all the products that you wish. Please come take a look. Look at this. I have an ivory goat. Look at how wonderful this ivory goat is. Wouldn't you like this ivory goat? I think this would look wonderful hanging around your neck. It could be yours today. What do you say, sir? Do you wish to take a look at the ivory goat? I have other items that might intrigue you.
Even as all of this is happening with like merchants throwing, like trying to get their attention, Echo is still walking.
Does Skip acknowledge this guy at all?
I'm talking, bro. Just chill out. I'll be right back. The fact is, I don't have no damn money. So
these are just typical rude ass street vendors doing what they do.
To be 100% honest with you, if you could get some of your street vendor friends with like a cornucopia of cool shit, and put it in a cart, if you take it to Ravanza Manor, and then there's a guy in there. His name is Riz. He said he wants all kinds of random shit brought to him, but you got to do it like one guy goes at like 4 p.m, and then another guy comes at 5 p.m, because he's got to think about stuff, and he's like a wizardy dude, so he's got to maybe he's got to pee.
Are you creating door-to-door salesmen?
And
signing them up for telemarketers.
And Echo, and then I get 5% of everything you sell. All right, guys, bye. And then Echo, there's this guy. He's described. He appeared like I was saying. Like there's a real like they were doing the hibbity dibbity. And then the guy found out. The Lord found out, and then they locked him up because they said, "Oh, you killed him in this thing," and it was like, "Oh, but my heart was broken and I did it out of love, but I killed them." But that's not true, because this guy came along and he was in all white, and he was white, and he had like silvery white hair. That's our perpetrator.
Echo will gently take Skip by the arm and move him to an alleyway, and will transition into Echo's true form, which they've yet to actually do, with the straight white skin, similar eyes as they normally have, silver white hair.
So you
Like
did
this?
it? Well, no, he just described it. Did you do it? That's pretty cool.
No. Skip. Part of changeling nature is this is our true form. Each of us obviously has specific features to us. That is what makes us unique. but we are blank canvases, if you will. And this is what
need
each of
both of
us in
you-
our true form look like.
I need both of you really quick to give me Constitution saves. Actually, no, I'm not going to say Constitution saves. Make perception checks though.
Is this something that relies on sight,
right.
or does it?
No,
Inspiration.
there's that inspiration goes right away.
No, I had two.
Okay,
Dirty 20.
got it.
Guidance.
I only have one now.
Guidance.
Dirty 20.
Get over here.
My perception sucks. I don't think I have a rogue yet that I've built that has fucking good perception. It's just
Well, if you do play in any of Matt's
21.
one shots, make sure to build them with perception because I don't trust that man for shit.
You shouldn't.
21.
The amount of times perception
Ev-
has come in clutch. 21.
Okay. I was gonna say every character I have made for him has been a fucking perception monkey. Like pure, like just jacked into perception because every time I watch his stream, he is so calm and so level. I don't trust him at all.
You
I
don't
have
know
an
what to expect.
distrust
at
of
all.
that man as a DM. So I'm like, no, all of my characters are gonna be perception out the ass. Anyway, with a dirty 20 and a 21.
21.
Both of you feel a sudden shiver run up your spine as you just feel almost like somebody running a finger up your spine, but it is a finger of pure cold and pure ice, like to your core.
As soon as
Okay.
Echo feels that, Echo will resume the normal face that they tend to inhabit.
That makes it sound so creepy.
I mean, it kind of is, if you think about it.
Inhabit this face.
Echo, I think you're unique no matter how you look.
Well, not
Aw.
everyone thinks the same way, but
Well,
that
to
is
be 100% honest with you, Echo, because I've grown to like you so much, if those guys and people ever say something like that, just let me know. I got friends in low places.
I
Oh,
appreciate it. But this information is good to know because
Where the whiskey
that puts
drowns and the
another
beer
player.
faces.
It's another player put on this chessboard of wits, you might say. One that seems to be a changeling.
Can I?
I will say with those perception checks.
Yeah.
As you guys are looking around in immediate response to those shivers up the spine, you swear for the slightest of seconds, in just the general puddles around the streets, that you see footsteps almost like made of ice for just a moment before they just fade back into the puddle, to the point where you're not really 100% sure that you saw them, but
In a specific direction?
yeah.
This way.
With both
Go this
blind
way.
sight and tremor sense, do I pick up on anything?
No,
Vibrations and such?
you do not.
Let's go this way.
Interesting.
You get with your blind sight for like I said, for the briefest of seconds, you think you see these ice footprints, like for the briefest of moments before just they're gone.
In a specific direction.
Yes, towards the moon.
Marion, we'll come back for whatever you need.
Echo over the earring will just communicate. We think we have found something. Skip wants to follow it, so we're gonna do that. Stay in pairs. We'll meet back up with you later.
Yeah, okay.
Echo,
Alright.
while we're walking, just really quick, Echo. Look, I know we're not the best of friends, but you can trust me. But seriously, is there some way that we can we can like tell if somebody is a changeling person like you? Is there like some kind of magic? I will take out my stone with the circle in it, the witch's stone, and I will
Yep.
look through it at Echo. Do I see any?
And when you do see Echo in their true form.
As you're saying that, even before you make that revelation, Echo is just nodding like, there are certain magics that will reveal a changeling's true form or any shapeshifter, really, but it's very hard to tell without some kind of magical means.
I got a
you
rock.
hold it up, and you see that, and you're like, it's like,
I got a rock. I forgot I had it just a second ago.
Do I recognize that is a witch's stone?
You would recognize it as whatever I told Ken it's called.
It is
a hag stone or something.
Hold on. It is definitely not a sending stone. Hold on. It is what? Where did it go? Did somebody steal it from me? Oh, the Eye of the Unseen. With that, can I look in the same direction? Would you let me look in the same direction as we're walking of those footsteps? Maybe I can see something with that as well.
Yeah. Make a perception check while looking through the stone.
Okay.
Echo is just going to be repeatedly tapping the quarterstaff as they're walking to send out an extended radius of vibrations to try to pick up on anything.
Marion, we need you, Marion.
I'm gonna also give
as you are tapping your staff on the ground, you feel somebody suddenly yanking on it.
God damn
as this guy sits there and says, "The staff is so outdated. I have a brand new staff that could be the best staff you ever own. Take a look at this."
Hey,
and he puts another staff in your hand.
As soon as someone's yanking on it, there's a very swift movement of pulling it with both hands in a small flourish before setting it back down out of his reach.
Papa.
I'm just saying, I have a brand new staff.
It looks like
to work much better for you.
It looks like for half a second, Echo might hit him, but they don't.
And you can tell this guy has 100% been here before. He is one of the rudest, just does not give a shit. But in this tense moment, this is where we're going to end for tonight because Matt has dropped. So we are just going to call it here. And we have a fun interaction to pick up on. Will Echo start a riot in the middle of the street? Attack a street vendor? Who knows? We'll find out next week.
Is more sensible than that.
I'll fucking
I don't know. I'm pretty good at pushing buttons.
I'll shocking grasp his ass.
Oh, I don't take the shit. I just disturbed them. All right. Thank you guys for sticking with us. We are sorry for the slight delay. We love you all. Thank you for sticking with us. I think Echo, you're driving now, right? So you can, fade us out and do our thing.
I got it.
Sweet. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys next week. Hey, but before we do that, this Friday, June, what is that, 21st, right?
Yeah, Golden Ghost.
Yeah, June 21st,
Yeah.
6 p.m. Central Time, which I believe, what is that Pacific time? 4
p.m.
And that would make it 7 Eastern.
Be on time. This is this is going to
Tune
be
in
great.
for Golden Ghost.
Golden
What was that?
What is it in Central Time?
6 p.m. Central.
So 6 p.m. Central, 5 Mountain, 4 Pacific.
Yes.
Eastern? Pacific.
Yep.
Yeah.
And 7 Eastern. Join us on the Clockwork Nexus for Golden Ghosts, our brand new pirate-themed campaign. We're really stoked about it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast. So,
hopefully we'll see you there. Ken will be there. And that adorable little, I want to say dog. That is adorable. All right. But for tonight, thank you guys for sticking with us. We love you very much. We will see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.